Good afternoon, Nisha. How are you today?
Good afternoon, Peter. I'm very well. Yeah, just a bit cold.
A bit cold. Yes, it is getting slightly nippy, slightly nippy.
I
Well,
know.
Nisha, welcome to the Business Spotlight. It's great to see you. Could you tell me a little about yourself and your organization, please?
Yes, I am the founder and the chief executive of ArtsEkta. ArtsEkta is basically an arts and culture and heritage organization, and Ekta means an Indian word for bonding, but it is a name, Ekta, and it is Indian, and I am Indian, but doesn't mean that it is the organization which is just only doing Indian, cultural and traditions and heritage things, but it is about the diversity of Northern Ireland at the present moment, and how we can embrace them and how we can make those differences by giving them the cultural awareness through celebrations, through heritage, through other programs. Yeah.
And how long have you been involved in ArtsEkta?
Yeah, so it was born in 2006 and it has been 16 years. It's up and running. Yeah. It seems like a long time ago, but then also it seems only yesterday. We have so many things which we want to do and still want to keep on expanding and doing. But yeah, it is a small organization, but trying to do some good things.
Good stuff. And I have to ask this, Nisha, and over the last sort of weeks, months even, I'm not sure how long it was, but how does it feel for someone of Indian heritage to see Rishi Sunak ascend to the highest office in the land? How does that make you feel?
Amazing, Peter. It just makes us very, very proud. And I am just back from India, and I was in heart of the Infosys city of Bangalore, where Infosys, Rishi Sunak's in-laws, who sort of owns those electronic and computer sort of, deliveries over there. And honestly, it is just amazing the work which they are doing to make this is a very much Bangalore is the electronic city or the Silicon Valley of India, and it is really they have got a heart of gold, those people. The amount of work they do for the communities, the corporate social responsibility, and also what they do for their employees is just, I was just amazed by it. It's just a different world. When you go into that electronic city, it just is, because my cousin is living there and he works, and my sister also has an apartment there, and it's just I was blown away. You wouldn't even think that you are in in Bangalore, which is like two different places. One is really high up, and the other one was just when you walk in, and just the ordinary life of people is going on. Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's a fascinating story, and thank you for sharing. What would you say are your biggest learnings in business and indeed in life?
My biggest learning has been that I just think that we could do more of embracing and learning about each other and giving everybody the equal opportunities, which I just don't find exists at the present moment within the world we are or the environment we work in. Diversity, inclusion, and equality doesn't come on everybody's agenda at them. It's not the top of the agenda, because I think maybe Northern Ireland has got so many of their other personal problems, that this just gets shoved at the bottom of the pile. But what it was 45 years ago when I came in this country and what it is today, there is a a lot of difference, you know, whether you want to say it's going for better, but it can be better, but there's a lot of more work needs to be done, and a lot of more recognition has to be given to the people of color, I think. Yeah.
And have you ever had a mentor or someone that's had a significant impact on your life?
Yeah, I have had, I don't want to name the names, but yes, whenever I started developing this idea of, because ArtsEkta is not only a charitable organization, it has got a social enterprise hat as well. And I've always been thinking about, you know, doing everything in a business way, not just sort of having something which can be always a begging bowl. And I had fantastic support from the enterprise type of people, or, you know, who are in that field of social enterprise. And there was one gentleman. He still is very sort of stays in touch and gives support when he can. And there was one female who just, I admired her, and she just sort of gave me this Bible, which was a book. And she says, this is what you need to do step by step, and keep doing it. And once you have done it, tick it and see whether you have achieved what you wanted to achieve. And once you have achieved that, don't leave it behind. Keep looking at it, what you can do better or how you can do better. And that has been a real great support. And I always, those words still ring in my head all the time. Yeah.
And do you have any favorite quotes or sayings?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the favorite quotations, or but I can say to you that there are two of them, and if you have written it down, but you know, and you can see which one sounds better, and we can do that. So the first one is, success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. And if you want, if you love what you are doing, you will be successful. And I think that just is what I am. I mean, happiness is my work, and my work is my happiness. And to meet people and to help and support people from different backgrounds, no matter where they're coming from, just to give them that little bit of room to grow. I get a lot of passion and a lot of, you know, happiness out of it, and I just keep doing it. Sometimes I just also pull my hair. So why am I doing this? You know, but then it's the love of what you do, and you keep doing it. And I think if you are passionate enough for the topic or the subject or whatever you like, or it was your hobby and you have created that into your work space, I think that also helps a lot, you know. So I don't know whether that answers your questions or not, but yeah.
I love that one. And
Yeah.
when you mentioned success there, so who's the first person that comes to mind when you think about the word success?
In my work itself, or do you think just generally?
Just a quick snapshot. You think the word success, who's the first person that springs to mind?
Oh my goodness, that is a difficult one to answer. Oh no, I'm not going to say Bill Gates.
Too late. You just did.
No, but he's too rich. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can't really answer that. No.
No, that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. I mean, what have you learned about yourself, Nisha, on your journey? What have you learned about yourself?
You learn from your mistakes, you know, and I'm not just sort of saying that I did everything in one go. You do something, and if you did it wrong, you know, you have to make it better. And I think that has been my journey. I mean, I have been in corporate world. I have been doing quite a lot of, I started many other things as well, and they were very good at that time, but they didn't give me the satisfaction of, of I really want what I wanted to achieve. But this work, which is basically a melting pot, has given me more of a learning, and I have learned from my mistakes, and I keep on sort of don't want to repeat them again. So, you just sort of keep one day at a time and work and progress. Yeah.
And what's the biggest challenge that you currently face in your organization? What's the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge, I would say that, obviously it is getting the people to know what we do. I think it has been the biggest challenge, and people think arts is all about singing and dancing. It's not all about singing and dancing. Arts is about peace building. Arts is about happiness. Arts is about, creating those co-designing and giving people the opportunities in their workplaces. Arts is about many other things as well, and especially where mental health is concerned, it is so important. So I think it is the way, but the opportunities which we are given are very little, they just because they associate us with something which we do, but we can do it better, but they think those opportunities in a better way. I just find that a little bit of hard going. Yeah.
And if you started things again, if you had the opportunity to start ArtsEkta all over again, all those years ago, what would you do differently?
I think I won't do anything differently, but I will see what is working for us the best and make it to the top, and make it, if it is bronze, make it to gold. And I think that's what my aim would be, instead of just sort of doing the projects for sake of doing the projects, but just to sort of sieve it and make it and make the social enterprise a very, very successful social enterprise, instead of just sort of bread and butter type of things. Yeah.
And if somebody wanted to get in touch, if somebody wanted to reach out or were interested, what would be the best way for them to go about that, Nisha?
Okay, they can go onto our website, which is www.artsekta.org.uk. They can visit that, and they will get all the information about different, staff members, and they can contact them, or they will see who all are working and what we deliver, and whatever they like, we can sort of make the program bespoke programs for them. So yeah, that's how you get in touch with us. Yeah.
Fantastic. So Nisha Tandon from ArtsEkta, thank you very much for sharing your time and your story this afternoon.
Okay.
It's really cool listening to you, and thank you very much indeed. Really enjoyable chat. Thank you.